Imagine if you lived in a house where there was only one door. People and objects can enter, but they can't leave. You rely on a man who arrives each day to sell you food, but every week his prices go up. You work as much as you can, but the money you earn loses value each day. You start skipping meals, and you sell everything you have. One day, the man comes and tells you that the people who sell him the food have just raised their prices by 20%. What would you do? For Syrians, this is the million-dollar question. The Ukraine crisis could hardly have come at a worse time.
إذا بدنا نحكي في ضمن السبع سنين مر عدة موجات أكثر يعني من 4 و5 و10 تقريبا لحد ما بلشت الحرب على أوكرانيا كمان صار في موجات غلاء يعني بتعرف أنت البضاعة أغلبها زيوت حبوب أغلبها بيقولوا من هذيك المناطق ما بعرف صار عندنا موجات غلاء يعني متفاوتة طبعا توسع يعني كان عند الشخص من الشهر للشهر ياخذ 300 ليرة مثلا صار عليه 500 600 700 يلحق الألف أحيانا
يعني والمخيم تعرف وضع المخيم والله وضع صعب كثير. قنية الزيت مثلا حقها 65 ليرة لترين طبعا حرام شيء إجرام يعني.
The Russia Federation and Ukraine together produce 69% of the world's sunflower exports and 29% of wheat exports. But the war in Ukraine has sent the supply chain for these commodities into chaos. Farmers have lost access to their fields, which means no more planting or harvesting. A tank or a checkpoint may now stand between them and local markets. Roads and bridges have been destroyed, and seaports and airports are closed. The supply chain takes on extra costs at each stage, and very quickly, these costs become the consumer's problem. This is the case even before we take into account the impacts of crude oil price increases. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization recommend that countries that depend on food imports from Ukraine and the Russian Federation should diversify the sources of their food supplies by relying on other exporting countries, on existing food stocks, or by enhancing the diversity of their domestic production bases. But none of these recommendations are realistic for Syrians. For a start, there is only one legally recognized entry point for imports and humanitarian aid into northwest Syria, the Bab al-Hawa border, crossing from Turkey. In terms of relying on existing food stocks, the drought of 2021 meant some areas, like Idlib Governorate, lost half of their cultivated land last year. On top of this, the Turkish lira, the currency of northwest Syria, is losing value, meaning buying power among Syrians is falling, just as global food prices are increasing. Without a resolution to the conflict in Ukraine, global wheat, oil, and energy prices are set to soar. Countries and regions like northwest Syria, which are already struggling, will need more help to both deal with and recover from the fallout.